What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. As you have seen by the title of the video, this is not going to be an extremely light-hearted video. We all have seen different videos out there of all these drivers in rear-wheel drive cars that just crash their cars, and Mustang drivers leaving car meets, people trying to do silly things, people just lose control, trying silly things. And you see those videos and you never think, wow, this could happen to me. You always kind of think, these people don't know what they're doing. This can never happen to me. Well, thanks to a grave mistake, really, a lapse of judgment, maybe lack of awareness, lack of triple checking, or lack of having that as a habit, that what happened to me was almost tragic. And I feel incredibly lucky to be able to stand here, and you might be wondering why I'm where I am. And that's because this is where I crashed my M5 competition, and where I totaled my M5 competition, and where I miraculously managed to come out unscathed with a bruise on my leg, and I mean my pinky is maybe a little bit crooked, but aside from that, that's all that's happened to me. So what happened? I am on a road that I have driven on, I don't know, more times than any road in the recent years, especially since I've had BMWs and stuff. I love this road. I drive this road very spiritedly sometimes. Sometimes I just drive it chill to just relax and gather my thoughts and stuff. This is a very therapeutic road for me. And yeah, I don't know if I have any clips, but I've driven, specifically this section of this road very spiritedly many times, and often have said that I feel like I could probably drive it with my eyes closed, because I've driven here so many times. And whenever I've done that, though, I always had an X-Drive car. I always had that electronic stability assistance, stuff like that. And I also never drive this road in any other mode than that. I don't just get on this road, disable DSC, and say, oh, I'm gonna go crazy. Quite the contrary, actually. I've been very careful with disabling DSC, especially on the M5 competition, which was tuned. And I've generally been extremely cautious of that. I mean, I even don't like flooring it to get the wheels to spin in rear-wheel drive mode, because I feel like it's putting a lot of strain to the car. And I see how people drive their cars, and that's what's needed, but it's not what I do. And anyway, I was pulled over on the side of the road and just taking some pictures of the car, as I usually do. And I had an idea to put the camera right behind the car, floor it, and just kind of have the wheels spin. And as I had just gotten a new downpipes, I really wanted to show them off. So I thought that could make for a cool video. I was on the side road, an empty road, there was nobody around. So all of that would have been pretty cool, except, as I just said, I'm always really cautious. I'm always really cautious of doing these things, and I'm always cognizant of the fact that they could hurt the car, or that I'm just gonna do some stupid thing and end up with some massive bill to pay, and then I'm gonna be like, well, why did you even have to do that, right? So I said, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just drive it home. But in this moment of unawareness or not paying attention, or whatever the case may be, while I was going back and forth with myself on this, I completely spaced on the fact that I did disable DSC, and I did disable DSC, and I did put it in two-wheel drive. And the rest is history. Before I play you the clip of what happened, and yes, there is a clip. Why is there a clip? Well, there is a clip because I wasn't doing anything silly, and I was just had my guard down. I was cruising. I mean, I was going. I was just chilling. And yeah, before I show you the video of what happened, I'm going to take you to where it happened and kind of illustrate what happened, and you will see. Then it'll make a little bit more sense in the video. So there's a curve there, and that curves to the right, and then there's this little curve here, and the road further curves in there. So this kind of makes it a little S, and it's a pretty mild turn. And yeah, I had already made that turn, the right turn over there. I was even there in two-wheel drive, and I did not have any issues there. I didn't realize that it was in two-wheel drive because nothing was happening. Now, it was a bit darker than it is right now. It was a bit later, and it was colder. So I think that definitely were contributing factors on that the tires were cold, to add to all of that, and add to the fact that the person driving it was not to say I wasn't aware, it just sounds weird because nobody else came and put and toggled that. I toggled that, but I didn't untoggle it, which I would normally do. So I made a turn from over there, made a turn to the right here, and then right over here is where you see it kind of turns to the left. I turned my wheel to the left, and because this is such a nice little straight stretch, I always feel comfortable kind of. I don't floor it. I mean, I didn't floor it. I just added a little bit of throttle right here. But on cold tires, being kind of later in the day, sun has already set, and rear-wheel drive only, 700 plus horsepower and pound-feet of torque is enough to, when you have your steering wheel even slightly turned, add a bit of throttle and it's going to kick out. And kick out it did. The rear just snapped on me. The rear snapped right here. I lost it. I already, as I was driving like this way, I already had started turning. It caught me so off guard that I didn't even have any idea of why this was happening. I remember vividly that being one of my main thoughts, is like, why is this even, how is this happening? Because I wouldn't normally drive in that mode here like that. And you know, all I wanted to do, the reason why I was filming, is when you go around here, you can always hear your exhaust sound bounce off of here. So that's all I wanted to do, is just hear my exhaust. And here was, as I came over this way, you can actually see right here, there were two trees. And those actually three trees. And those three trees are now down there. Those same three trees are what cushioned, if you want to say cushioned the blow. So when I hit them sideways, and then here the car ended up flipping over and kind of fell onto all of those branches, which again feels crazy to say, cushioned the impact. Yeah, you can probably see actually there's something hanging there, this black thing. It's part of my car. I mean, this is where they took it, pulled it out. It's probably part of my car. Yeah, so here I was upside down, found myself, I mean, it's not a scenario that happens in anyone's head. You don't just think and plan for being upside down in your car. I was upside down in the car, but thankfully the way that the car spun, hit this, fell over. The driver's door was basically untouched because that had no impact, and the roof on above the driver is also mostly untouched, which that's where I was. Nobody ever thinks like, oh, what is it like being upside down in your car, or how do you unbuckle your seatbelt in your car in an upside down car? And it was crazy. I I don't, obviously, you know, in hindsight, you can say, well, why would you be doing that? Why would you be recording? Why would you be even ever turning off DST in such a car if you, I don't know what you're doing? And arguably, I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't drive in rear-wheel drive, and I would never do that, to drive on this road, because I know what it takes to get to a point to buy a car like this, and to even be in a position like that is already insane on its own. So yeah, anyway, that's about all the blabbering that I had to do. I've been working closely with my insurance. Obviously, the great thing is that I'm not injured, I'm alive. The car is going to be totaled. The car is totaled. And then it's time to look for a new one. So yeah, with that said, I leave you guys with the video of what happened. And all I can say is that I hope that all you guys out there that have all these cars or don't have these fast, powerful cars, just be vigilant, you know. It doesn't take much at all. All that it takes is a moment, just a single moment of dropping your guard, becoming complacent, saying, oh, I've driven here a million times, nothing's gonna happen to me here. But hey, sometimes it can happen that you push that button once but not the second time, and that is what was required for you to not crash. So lessons, important, huge lessons were learned. In my country, they say those who get bitten by a snake end up being terrified even of lizards. And this is exactly what it's going to be. I mean, I don't think that I will ever set foot in the car without looking 10 times at the dash and confirming that says four-wheel drive and not two-wheel drive. And if it says two-wheel drive, that I'm extra careful and I know that it's in that mode and I'm driving accordingly. So anyway, you guys, thank you for all of you who watched the videos. I feel incredibly lucky, first, to drive cars like these, to meet the people that I meet that drive similar cars and have similar passions. I feel incredibly lucky that I'm here and that I'm able to make this video for you guys and share awareness that this can happen to anyone. You don't have to be out trying to do dumb things for a dumb thing to happen to you. That's just how it is. So we go back from this, we grow, we move forward, and with hindsight 2020, right? So having clear vision of what was, to have a clear vision of what we should not allow to be. So yeah, thanks again for watching. Now enjoy or don't enjoy the clip of me crashing my M5. Stay tuned for the next one.